Assalamu alaikum student. Today I am going to teach you about the weighted mean. As you all know, we have done arithmetic mean, which is the measure of center tendency and one of the scale of the measure of center tendency, which is arithmetic mean. This is another way we can calculate the weighted mean, and as you all know, the name of mean, which is mean equals to mean means average of the data. So weighted mean, what is the difference between weighted mean and arithmetic mean? So first we just revise the definition of arithmetic mean. When we are going to the arithmetic mean is sum of all the values divided by the total number of observations. This is a simply mean when we give the equal weights to each event of the data. So when we are going to calculate an arithmetic mean, we make the assumptions that all the numbers used in the calculation show an equal probability of occurring or have equal weights. Thus, we do not need to account for the differences and can simply sum of the numbers that we are interested in finding the mean of mean of the number and then dividing the sum of the number of observation, the total sum of the observation divided by the total number of observations. Now, when we are going to weighted mean is a type of mean that is calculated by multiplying the weights with a particular event or outcome with its associated quantitative outcomes and then summing all the products together. For example, you can understand by the given example, a weighted mean is a kind of average. Instead of each data point contributing equally to the final mean, some data points contribute more weights than other. If all the weights are equal, then weighted mean equals the arithmetic mean, the regular average you are used to calculate. What do you understand by the weights? Weights means, for example, a student may use a weighted mean in order to calculate his or her percentage grade in a course. In such an example, for example, the students would multiply the weight of all the assignment items. For example, you can understand by your given criteria, which is provided by your school heads. In your midterm exam, we have given different weights to your home exam. Now, 5 marks for your attendance and the 10 marks for a grand test, which conducted in December, or 10 marks for home assignment which you have completed, what type of assignment assigned by your teacher, how much you have completed or you submitted on time. So we have given the weight 10 marks for these assignments. So we have given different weight to different event. Grand test 10 marks, assignment 10 marks, attendance 5 marks, and the midterm exam which you are going to appear in January 18, it is equals to the midterm exam weight is 50. So the total number of all exams is equals to 75. The total the midterm exam based on the 75 marks. So the 75 marks distribution is dividing in further assignment or in further events. So if all the weights are not equally distributed or not all the events are not given the same weights, so we use to calculate the weighted mean. Weighted mean means are very common in statistics, especially when studying population. And now it means that no two events can occur at the same time. Now you can understand by this example, weighted mean is an average computed by giving different weights to some of the individual values. If all the weights are equal, then weighted mean is same as the arithmetic mean, but the values take the different weights, so we need to calculate the weighted mean for this type of data. It represents the average of a given data. So, as I discussed, the weighted mean represents the average of a given data. The weighted mean is similar to arithmetic mean or sample mean. The weighted mean is calculated when data is given in a different way compared to an arithmetic mean or sample mean. So, it is So now what is the formula which we used for calculating the weighted mean? The formula for weighted mean is x bar is equals to sigma wx upon sigma w. The sigma, as you all know, the sum of all the values which you are given in the data, and w is the weight for how much weight you have given in each element of the data, and x is the values. What is the value? What type of data you have collected for finding the weighted mean or arithmetic mean of the data. Now, what steps you have you should follow? The first step is to multiply the numbers in your data set by the weights. And the second step is add the numbers in step 1 up, set this number aside for a moment, add up all the weights, divide the number you found in step 2 by the number you found in step 3. Now you can understand by the given examples. For example, you take 300 points exams in your statistics class and score 80, 80 and 95. The last exam is much easier than the first two. So your professor has given it less weight. The weight is for the three exams are this. Exam 1, 40% of your grade, and exam 2 is 40% of your grade, and exam 3 is 20% of your grade. Now 40% means zero point 0.4, 20% means zero point 0.2 out of 100. Now multiply the number in your data set by the weights. The zero point 0.4 is multiplied by the zero point 0.4 is the weight which is given in the by the which was given by the professor. Zero point 0.4 multiplied by 80, which he scored in exam 1. Zero point 0.4 multiplied by 80 in exam 2, 32, and zero point 0.2 multiplied by 95, which is 95, which is equals to 19. So the which is an easy exam. Now add the numbers up. 32 plus 32 plus 19 equals to 83. These are all the sigma wx, or the zero point 0.4 plus zero point 0.4 plus zero point 0.2, which is equals to 1. This is called the w, the sum of w, the sum of the weight, and this is the sum of the product of the weight and the x. So 83 divided by 1 equals to 83. This is the weighted mean of the given data. Now you can understand by the next example. So what is the next example? You can understand by this video, which is the video is very helpful for you. So now let's start the video.
In this video, we're going to look at how to find a weighted mean. Now, this is slightly different than a normal mean in that a certain weight gets worked into all of our data points. To be a little bit more specific, here's what a weighted mean is. In a weighted mean, we look for a mean of each value when it is multiplied by some sort of weight. And we can use the following formula to help us out. In this formula, you can see each of these little xi's is a data point, and these wi's are the weights. So all of them get multiplied by a weight. Now we're dividing by the sum of all the weights. That way we get our mean. To see exactly how this works, let's look at an example. So according to a certain teacher, they like to grade their class on a weighting system. This means that every category in their class has a different weight associated with it. So their homework grade weight is 25, quiz grade weight is 30, test weight is 10, and final exam is 35. What the weights tell us is that the final exam counts for quite a bit. And so do the quizzes, but it looks like since the weight on the test is very small, that doesn't count for a whole lot. So using these weights, suppose we have a student who got an 88 on their homework, a 71 on their quiz, 97 on their test, and a 90 on their final exam. We're going to find their average score, or their weighted mean, according to the teacher's weighting scale. So let's go ahead and do that. We need to take each of the students' scores, these are like our data points, and multiply them by their respective weight. Let's see, they got a 25 weight for the homework category, so 25 times 88. We got a weight of 30 on 71, weight of 10 on 97, a weight of 35 on 90. So every single data point is multiplied by a weight. Now we need to add up all of our weights to see what we need to divide by. So 25 and 30 is 55. 65 and 35. So we need to divide by 100 when we're done. Let's grab our calculators and quickly add this up. All right, so on the top, 3,450. All of this is being divided by 100. So it shows that our student's average score is an 84 and a half. Now, this kind of makes sense in the context of the student's actual scores, because you can see that their quiz grade is quite low, and the quizzes have a pretty significant weight on them. So even though they're doing really good in their tests and their final exam, it's not helping out as much as it needs to, because the test is only worth a weight of 10. So remember, when looking for the weighted mean, take your data points and multiply them by their weight and divide by the total weight.